Hello, Craig Thompson Wood back now for turn 6 of the Duel of Ages 2 Triad25 campaign. A lot of things going to be happening this turn, I'm sure. There's promises to be a lot of sort of conflict, different things. Just things are really ramping up, getting quite exciting here. First point of business is I'd noticed, I don't know how I'd seen it incorrectly the time before, but when Leah Vestry number 2 was in this part here, and she had done the challenge, she had got it says it was defender better by 2, and actually I haven't reshuffled the cards in yet, so I can even show you the card. This is the card here that she got. So defender better by 2 was a squeak. So she didn't actually pass that one. So first point of business, I'm going to remove that token that she put into there. Second point of business is in looking at the card, just bring it up on the screen again here, like this card down here, you see that for a squeak, she, one, doesn't get that token put on, but also she does actually get a common or secret card. Now what was I going to say? Oh, I was just going to say, sometimes they get like experience points or something like that, but in this case, she's just getting common or secret. Now, she's not very combative, and there tends to be more, my understanding is that there's more weapons in the common deck, so I'm just going to give her a secret card. So I just sort of cut the deck here. Let me just sort of reach inside, and, oh, dropped one, and pull one out, and she's getting Fear and Courage. List shall test you. You may take this test in list chambers and challenge the adventure phase. Okay, so dismissing or, two enemies of your choice are banished, then you are banished. Empty dome of your choice. Okay, not a great one, particularly for her, as the her honor is only 5. But it's always good to have a card like that in hand, just for maybe breaking into something, or sometimes you have to pay a card for a challenge or a labyrinth or something. So I am going to get on with turn number 1. So for turn number 1, first off, we're going to look at the free actions. The only free action that's going to be happening this turn is that Sheridan, he has 2 of these tokens, these experience tokens. So he's going to use one. You use these in the thing, so you just flip it to this that's active. And I looked at it again just to make sure I'm doing it correctly, and the rules say that the only 2 attributes on your stats that do not get increased are your health and your damage rating. So everything else gets increased. So he now has all his stats +1. And that's going to be it for free action. So let's bring up that card again. Sort of skip that one. So we've done the free action. Going on to firing. Now, again, the white team seems to have been at a bit of a lack for any kind of ranged weapons. So they have nothing with which to fire. So we're just going to go straight on to movement. So for movement, Dr. Panopoulos has a choice. He could run around here and come into that side, but he is wary of the fact that Bill Hickok is sitting right up there with a clear line of sight. Now, he only had the compression rifle only does do 1 damage, so it's not that much, but Panopoulos only has 3. So getting wounded is not high on his list of priorities, but we also do have Reaver Mark 7 ready to come up there, but Reaver Mark 7 is not going to make it this turn. So what we're going to do in this case is Panopoulos is just going to sit right there, and he is going to just try and break into that base on that side again. So next up we have Ace Cannon. Ace Cannon, he would only make it as far as here. He wouldn't make it right into the Colonial Labyrinth, so he's going to do a safety in numbers thing, and he can go up there, hoping that they don't have some kind of area weapon that could affect them both in that spot, because that would be bad. And Sheridan then. So I'm going in order of respect again. Sheridan now with his 7 movement. This is a large reason why he chose to do what he did. Originally, I was thinking maybe just jumping on Bill Hickok together with Reaver Mark 7, but with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you'd need 6, 7, 8 to get in there, because Bill Hickok's in a building. It costs 3 points to get into a building. So with his movement, Sheridan is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. He's coming after Christina Karlsdotter. So he sees her standing there and he's like, going to start to try and deal with these Team Black people just hanging around. Benedict Arnold. So Benedict Arnold now has the option as well. So this Benedict Arnold was what was dissuading Agent 911 and Robin Hood and Commodore Blaylock from just jumping on Robin Hood at that point. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He has 6 movement. Actually, has 7 movement. But he doesn't need to. He doesn't want to go off on his own and get jumped by 2-on-1 fight. So he's just going to be fine staying there with the others. So it's a pile of 3 again. Just trusting that they've only got 1 card between them. The chance that it's an area effect weapon is low. So they're taking their chance to try and take a bit of a defensive posture. So then Robin Hood. Robin Hood is at the bottom of that pile now. Does he go rushing into there? And now for Colonial, they've got Sheridan and Benedict Arnold. I'm just thinking, I think we can keep it 2-on-2. I think we want to. Team White wants to get in there and mix it up. So he's gonna go there, and he wants to do the adventuring one. And the idea being with +1 adventuring, I really want to get Benedict Arnold adventuring so he can get in a maze and wipe out his traitorous tokens. So then we go into Leah Vestry number 1. Now Leah Vestry number 1, I mean, Diaz Elgato is not being exactly subtle here about just parking himself out there, just waiting for her to come out, knowing that she can't get away. So I was thinking about it. She's got a couple choices. She can just try and run this way for what might be more useful to her, or run back into the thing there, so make her chase her down to the end, and then he's wasting time. But then she's also wasting time. I mean, it also gives her less chance to get away if she survives the first round somehow. So what she's going to do is she's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So she's just going to come down to here. And that way, next turn, she can come into there. I mean, this way, too, it's keeping Diaz Elgato over here, because this is where he's going to be least effective and out of the large mix of things. So this way, it's making him waste time without making her waste time. So if he's coming after her, and even if he gets her, then he's going to be kind of out there in the middle of nowhere with taking him a couple turns just to get back somewhere where he's going to be effective. So I thought that was the best thing she could do, just accept her fate on that. And then Leah Vestry number 2 is going to come back to where she'd gone before. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So with her 7 movements, she makes it back in. She's going to have another crack at that thing, that labyrinth. Then last but not least, we have Reaver Mark 7. Now Reaver Mark 7 does have the +1 speed due to this thing here. So he has a 6 movement. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. But this is a building that Bill Hickok is in, so he's not making it in there. So that's it for Reaver Mark 7. And that is going to be it for the movement phase of Team White. So we go on to the Op Fire. So Op Fire, we will start off with, because we have more than one Op Fire this turn. So first off, we're going to do here. We're going to do Bill Hickok versus Reaver Mark 7. So Reaver Mark 7 sort of just strolling in there, not too worried about it. He just shuffling up the cards here because with only the compression rifle revealed, he figures that Bill Hickok's not going to do too much to him because it's just a damage 1 gun, right? He's got 6 health left and such a high shield and everything. He's tough, right? He can handle this. But at this point, Bill Hickok reveals, he also has a thorium grenade. So he's going to chuck this at Reaver Mark 7 as he climbs up the top of the mesa. So it's going to be Bill Hickok's throw versus Reaver Mark 7 stealth. So Bill Hickok has 4 intelligence and 4 strength. So he is strong enough and smart enough to use this. But you see, this thing actually packs quite a wallop. It has a low penetrate though, so it's not a good chance of hurting him. But if it does hurt, it's going to do 4 damage. So I think Oh, wow, yeah, okay, I'm just thinking about that now. So the other one has a 9 penetrate, 1 damage. This is a 3 penetrate. So it's going to be, he's in defense of 7, so it's a defender better by 4. Very low chance of damage. Well, I think that nothing much for it. I think he has to try that. He has to try and do as much damage as he can, even if it means, I mean, difference between doing 0 damage and 1 damage in case of Reaver Mark 7 is not a lot. So it's better to just go for the big damage where he can, and maybe he'll get lucky. So we're going to, and then Karina Karlsdottir is going to reveal that she has, where is it? She has the sniper rifle. So this is what Bill Hickok was hoping to have had against Reaver Mark 7, but she's going to use that against Sheridan as Sheridan rounds the corner here. So she would have seen Sheridan here. So as he comes to this space, she's shooting him here. So before he's entered the space, so he's going to be shot there. And then he's going to, if he's still alive, attack Karina. Okay, so we're going to start off with Bill Hickok, I think. So Bill Hickok, he pulling up his card here. You see he only has a throw of 4. And he doesn't have the +1 to hit anymore from, oh, I moved that by accident. He doesn't have the +1 to hit anymore from the Colonial Labyrinth, so it's just he has a 4 throw. But Reaver Mark 7 only has a stealth of 1, so it's still an attacker better by 3. So attacker better by 3 is a hit. So Reaver Mark 7 has been hit by the grenade. Now it's, as we said, it's a penetrate of power of 3 versus an armor of 7, so it's defender better by 4, which is no damage, as suspected would happen. But again, I think it was the, of course I think it's the right choice because I made it, right? So then we go on to Karina Karlsdottir. Now she's not great with these guns. Well, actually, no, that's not even the, I was looking at the wrong stat here. So she's got the aim of 5, and Sheridan has a stealth of 5. She gets no bonuses with such a weapon, but so it is an attacker better by 0. An attacker better by 0 is a miss, so she has missed. So the shot went wild, and Sheridan closes in with his tomahawk. And that is going to be it for the op-fire shots. Nobody, let me just make sure Diaz Elgato doesn't have, oh, actually Diaz Elgato does. He does. So just looking at this here, Diaz Elgato actually has a Mind Piercer grenade and a light mazer. So what is he better with? Is it throw or point? So he has a 6 throw and a 4 point. So with his, and they're both versus stealth, and Leah Vestry has a 7 stealth, so he wants his best stat. So he's going to reveal the Thorine grenade. So he's going to reveal the Thorine grenade here. As she goes running by, he's going to toss it at her. So it can be thrown over buildings, blah, blah, blah. Weapons attack is considered a mental ability. Yep, no, she doesn't gain any things to ignoring mental abilities. So 3 strength, 4 intelligence. He has 5 strength, 4 intelligence, so he can use it. He has no bonuses to hit with it. And so it's going to be his 6 throw versus her 7 stealth. So it's going to be a defender better by 1. And a defender better by 1 is a hit. So he's hit her with a grenade. It is an power of 2 versus her, it's a power of 2 versus her armor, power of 8 versus her armor of 2. And that is attacker better by 6 is +1, so it does 3 damage to her. 3 damage is, she had only 2 left, so she is gone. So this has a K there, so whether you're killed or imprisoned, he is now losing that card because she has been taken out. So Leah Vestry number 1, he didn't even have to go chasing her down. That grenade did the job. Excuse me. And as Team Black has had their prison broken, as you can see here, Team White has broken their prison. That means Leah Vestry number 1 has to die. So Leah Vestry number 1 is the first killed. Now that means then, pull up Leah Vestry's card here. It says when one Leah dies, the other gains +1 to all ratings except speed, health, and damage. So this means Leah Vestry number 2 now has +1 to all her stats. And Leah Vestry number 1 had a couple cards. I will put these just down here, and I'll put a couple tokens on them to remind me where she fell. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we'll just say it was right there. Okay, so for a free action, somebody can go to that spot and pick those up. And I'll put the other token on there. So I put a token there, the similar token, just to indicate that's what's in that spot. So that is it for Opfire. We go on to Melee, and we have a Melee now. We have the Melee between Sheridan and Karina's Karlsdottir. So pull up their cards here. We see that Karina Karlsdottir has a wits of 5 and Sheridan has a wits of 4. So she is going to attack first. Karina Karlsdottir. She's not revealing any cards. She already has the Hammer's badge. So her power is equal to her honor rating. So her power is equal to 5. So that makes her a little bit stronger in combat. So her melee score is 5 versus Sheridan's react of 5. So his attacker better by 0, and she's missed. Okay, so she has missed her attack, and Sheridan is he is not getting any bonuses with the tomahawk, but he is at 6 combat versus her 5 react. So it's an attacker. Oh, actually, he's I'm glad that one missed, because I'm just remembering now that he has +1 to all his stats. So he's actually a 6 react because he has +1 there. Now, so his combat score on the card, his melee score is 6, +1 for his experience points. So he's 7 versus her react of 5. So he's an attacker better by 2. An attacker better by 2 is also a miss. So these two are crossed swords here and not been able to find an opening to do some damage. And that is it for the melee. So we're going to go on to adventuring. So for adventuring, going in order of respect, we'll start off with Dr. Panopoulos. Dr. Panopoulos has a 7 respect, and he's trying to get through the high gate here. So the high gate is a 7 respect challenge. And so it's an attacker better by 0, and Panopoulos has failed again. So he's still stuck outside. He made it through first time, and now I guess now Dr. Panopoulos, he looked so powerful at first with all the cards and the ability to pass things out everywhere, but now he's been stripped bare, and he's just a washed up old man. No use to the group anymore. Can't even make it inside the gate. Even the gate doesn't give him respect enough to let him in. Ace Cannon is not adventuring. Sheridan is not adventuring. Benedict Arnold is not adventuring. Robin Hood is adventuring. Robin Hood is adventuring in the Colonial Labyrinth. And the Colonial Labyrinth, it's a new challenge. And here's the card. The card is count to 10, turn and fire. Defend your Louisiana honor, sir. So this sounds like Robin Hood's... Oh no, he likes throw, not point. He doesn't like pistols. All right, so with a bow, if a revealed bow, yes, no, he likes even in adventuring he gets bonuses, but only if he has a bow. But not that this is a throw challenge. This is a point challenge. So he's actually really bad at this. So let's just compare the symbols here. We see that Robin Hood does not match any of this. Oh, he does. He matches this one symbol here. So he's getting +1 for that. He is not getting anything for the age because he is not colonial. He is ancient. So his point is 3 versus the challenge of 5 +1 because he matches the one symbol. So he has a 4 to the 3. 4 to the 5. So it is Defender better by 1. Defender better by 1 is a fail. He has failed. And so it says, if a bullet decides who's right, you were definitely wrong. And he's dismissed. So this challenge is staying there. And he is dismissed to a black dome. So he... yeah, I think He's got 6 movement, right? Yeah, 6. So he's going to come over here. He's going to go there. And he's going to maybe try that Ancient Labyrinth, where he's getting more bonuses. And then for other adventuring, we have Leah Vestry number 2. Now, Leah Vestry number 2, remember, she's getting +1 to all her stats except for health and damage. She has felt the loss of her twin, and so she is now going to have a 6 on her, so she's +1 better. So she's a little bit closer to this. She's still, so let's pull up the card again. Remember, remind ourselves what it says. It's into the breach. With no hope of holding the star system against the enemy fleet, you must buy time. I mean, I could just beg for mercy, pull a new card up, but I know that, well, Diaz Elgato is actually, yeah, he's going to be as good as she is, so might as well just try it. And so she is gaining, so it is just straight up thing. So she's a 5 +1 for the death of her twin. So she's a 6 honor versus the 7 challenge. Is going to be a defender better by 1, and defender better by 1. She's got it. She has done it. She's done it for real this time. Okay, so the card says, you fight to the last ship, buying the necessary time. So she's getting 2 cards, and we'll go with 2 secret cards as before. So 2 secret cards. So she gets a red-tailed hawk. So it is something that she can release in the free action phase. She doesn't have that symbol to release it in the melee phase. She is strong enough and smart enough to use it. It's not very, oh wow, 7 power. I mean, 0 damage, but you just have to hope that I can sort of tie things up. And then a ascetic cube. Free action, user loses all cards but is fully healed. And the last thing to do is to dismiss her. And she is dismissed to a blue dome. So blue dome. So the blue domes, you have 2 up there and 1 over here. I just, up there, it's pretty much the, giving yourself to the futuristic labyrinth. So I'm going to put her here, more central. Let's kind of mix things up in there and let's see what she can do with that. Okay, and then that's going to be it for the adventuring phase, because Leah Vestry was the last one to go. Reaver Mark 7 has nothing to do. So that is it for Team White. On to Team Black. Okay, so for Team Black, looking at starting off the turn here, we're going into the free action phase. So going down the line, the first person who has any kind of free action in respect order would be Christina Karlsdottir. Now she has a special ability, like during the free action phase, during the free action phase is when you can trade cards with allies, but you usually have to be in the same hex as you. She can do it within 2 aura. So this is the reason why she chose to be here, because she could be within the aura of the Ulfs as well as Bill Hickok. So with Bill Hickok, then she is going to give him the sniper rifle. He is just the obvious choice for that. It's unfortunate that wasn't able to happen beforehand, because then he could really have, had a better chance at hurting Reaver Mark 7. But is what it is. As for the Ulfs, they don't need any more help now, because they have their own cards when the one Ulf stole from the vault. So she is going to hold on to the other cards that she has, and then so the Ulfs have no free action abilities that they're going to use. Diaz Elgato has none, and neither does Sven the Netmender. So that is going to be it for the free action phase. So going on then to the firing phase. So in the fire phase, the only one who can actually fire anything would be Bill Hickok. So he can still fire at Reaver Mark 7, who's just standing right outside the door right now. And now that he has a nice sniper rifle, he's able to use it. Now, even with he's better with pistols, not rifles. So he's not getting the +1 to hit on that. But he still has a 6. Pulling up his card here, you see that's the bullseye thing is called aim. He has a 6 aim versus Reaver Mark 7's 1 stealth. So it is still +5, or attacker better by 5. and an attacker better by 5 is a hit. Okay, so he is hit with the sniper rifle. It's a power of 7 to an armor of 7, so attacker better by 0 is plus 0 damage. So he's done 3 more damage to Reaver Mark 7. So he may be getting pummeled by Reaver Mark 7 here, but he's not going down without a fight. So Reaver Mark 7 is now at 3 wounds. Now, just looking again at Reaver Mark 7's card here, at the bottom it says free action. If below 3 health, gain 1 health. So he is actually at 3 health at this point. So during the next free action phase, Reaver Mark 7 will not gain any more health. So, but that's a big dent taken out of Reaver Mark 7, and one more hit like that could just be the end of him. So, at least Bill Hickok, if he does go down now, will have gone down, having done his job and done it very well. So firing, there is no more firing to be done. So we are going on then to the move phase. So for the move phase, I will, in respect order, I'm going to actually move Commodore Blaylock in there. So he's going to go back into that spot over here where he's going to challenge the Colonial Labyrinth and try and push that black token back down. And call me crazy, but I just want to see it. I want to see what it's like when Agent 911 gets into a fight, because he's got that crazy ability where people hurt themselves, because he's just like that, the get smart, bumbling kind of detective, Mr. Bean, Johnny English style. So I'm curious to see how that's going to work. So then Christina Karlsdottir's in combat. I'm actually going to leave her there. I'm not too worried about her in the combat. And then Milena Arabato, she's got sort of free reign here. So her best stat is honor. So she's going to go where she can put that to the best use and try to bust the white team's vortex. This Ulf is going to run down here, continue to steal from the vault. And then this Ulf, is going to come over here, and she's going to just not take any chances. She's going to come in through the gate with the card. Diaz Elgato, now he could come over there and grab those cards. Now he's got 2 cards, and there is 2 cards there. He doesn't know what those cards are. It's one of those cases, like, you can go over there and get them, but then he's out of the... Like, I was also thinking of bringing him over here to maybe try the thing to, again, banish somebody that Sven failed to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So he won't make it. It's going to take him a couple of turns. You know what? I think he's going to do it. He's just going to come over here and he's going to collect those items. Better than letting the black team have them. And then Sven the Netmender. Sven is going to... Okay, you know what? I think that's his lot in life. He's going to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's intelligence. He's not that bright. So there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A lot of great choices over there, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you can maybe... Yeah, I think he's going to do that. He's going to just go into through the tunnel there, and maybe lend some support or something. We'll see. See what he's going to do. He's a kid. Who can tell what these kids are thinking nowadays? Oh, sorry. I have one more Ulf over here, and she's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and with plans to make use of that secret passage. And that's going to be it for the movement. On to Up Fire, and there is none happening because still nobody on the Team White has any ranged weapons. So straight on then to melee. And in the melee phase, we have the 2 fights going on. So I want to save the fight over here for last. That one's going to be more exciting. So one thing I had forgotten about last turn is that Sheridan, his experience marker, was in effect. So he actually had tied Karina Karlsdottir, so he would have struck first because when there is a tie, it defaults to the current team. So he would have fought first. But so now that it is black team's turn, his experience marker is still in effect. It lasts until your next free action phase. So he still has +1 to all his stats. But I'm going to do it properly rather than just sort of say, well, you got it to do it first. I'm just going to do it properly. So Karina Karlsdottir is attacking. Her 5 melee versus his 6 react because he still has the +1. So it's a defender better by 1, which is still a hit by Karina Karlsdottir. So she has schmucked him. And so she is attacking with 3 power. Now he has 2 power on his card, but it's +1 to all his stats except for power and health. So he has a 3 armor with the experience marker up. So it's an attacker better by 0 is -1 damage. So she's still done a point of damage to him. So she's hurt him for 1. So she has grazed him. So I'm gonna put 1 wound token on him. And then Sheridan fights back. He has a 6 melee on his card, +1 for the experience marker is 7. And he is 7, so against her 5 reacts, so it's an attacker better by 2. An attacker better by 2 is a hit. So he has hit her, and he's using his tomahawk. So the tomahawk actually has equivalent power, but 1 higher damage. So that's why he would be using that. And so he is hitting with a 2 power versus her 2 armor. Actually 3 power because of the experience marker. So 3 power versus 2 armor is an attacker better by 1. Attacker better by 1. Ooh, +1 damage. So he has hurt her. And the tomahawk does 3 damage. He's done 4 of her 5 damage to her. So he really gave her a good clocking there. And so I'm putting 4 wounds onto her. And at this point, Karina Karlsdottir reveals. It was funny, last time I said cross swords, maybe I was remembering this card, but cross swords and a kiss. You can play this card when the conditions below are met. If at the end of a melee, the owner of the secret is a man or a woman, it is a woman, who is alone in the space with an enemy character of opposite sex, man or woman, yes, so she is alone with a man. Both characters are less than max health, yes. Both attempted a melee attack on the other in this melee, yes. The enemy character switches sides. So Sheridan, welcome to Team Black. So Sheridan, I'm going to move his card over, has now joined Team Black. So they actually, fell in love through the fight. After he gave her that grievous wound, what a story they can tell their kids. Oh, this one time I smacked your mom in the head with a tomahawk, and then we fell in love. So that is a big deal. So Team White is now down 2 of their members because they lost Leah Vestry last turn, and now they've lost Sheridan. And not only that, Sheridan is also, it's a 2-point swing really because it's 1 more for them and 1 less from them. So the whole honor, the valor win or whatever, the one auto win you can get if you more than double the number. So right now Team Black has 9 characters, whereas Team White has 6. So if they lose 2 more, then they've automatically lost the game. So let's see what's happening now with our next melee. This is Agent 911, the bumbling idiot, not bumbling agent, versus Ace Cannon and Benedict Arnold. So looking at it, he only has a wits of 1. So we're going to do, look at the wits here. We have Ace Cannon and Benedict Arnold they both have 6 wits. So we'll start off with Ace Cannon. He's going to, Benedict Arnold's pushing him forward. Go on, boy. And so Ace Cannon's going to hit with a 4 melee versus Agent 911's react of 1. So it's an attacker better by 3. Attacker better by 3. It's still a miss. Still a miss. But let's look at this card. I'm going to put up Agent 911's card beside it. So it says, check the luck. And the luck is down here. Okay, so it's a luck of 1. On a 0 to 1, the enemy hits himself. Make a damage challenge against his own armor. Oh, this is what I was hoping to see, something crazy like this. So Ace Cannon has somehow hit himself. So he is stop hitting yourself, and he's got a 2 power versus a 3 armor. So he has a defender better by 1. Yeah. Kind of weird to say when you're attacking yourself. So it's no damage. So he didn't hurt himself, but he did punch himself or did something to himself anyway. So now it's going to be Benedict Arnold. Benedict Arnold is a 7 melee versus a 1. So it's an attacker better by 6. An attacker better by 6 is a hit, but it's a 0 luck. So again, Benedict Arnold has also hit himself. Oh man. So Benedict Arnold with his 2 power versus a 3 armor, defender better by 1. Defender better by 1, he's done 2 damage to himself. So somehow Benedict Arnold has managed to hurt himself quite badly. I can actually almost imagine like Agent 911 just ducked and Benedict Arnold and Ace Cannon swung and Ace Cannon's shot connected and punched Benedict Arnold just hard in the face. So Benedict Arnold is down 2 wounds now. And now Agent 911 gets to fight and he is going to So looking at their reacts, they're both equal reacts, so I might as well just you know what? I'm almost hoping Benedict Arnold will eventually turn against his friend. So let's go for Ace Cannon. So it's a 2 melee versus a 6 react. It's a defender better by 4. And when he's trying to hit somebody, he can't, right? So he's missed. And so that's it for that combat. So quite a successful combat. This is kind of what I was hoping would happen, is Agent 911 just somehow fumbles his way through it, as he did. So that was hilarious. So that is it for the melees. We go on to, oh, actually one more thing I need to do is just flip this token to the other side. Now we go on to adventuring. So in the adventure phase, Commodore Blaylock is up there in the Colonial Labyrinth. So let me just gather this card. I'll put it up on the screen for you. It is count 10, turn and fire. Defend your Louisiana honor, sir. And he has a point of 6. He does not match any of the symbols. He does not match the age. So he is an attacker better by 1. An attacker better by 1 is a squeak. So a squeak says, the attending physician must attend to 2 patients. So he is not just dismissed, he's banished, but he does get one of those experience markers back again. So the experience marker, I'll put an experience marker on him. And that stays. So he did not, and he's banished. So he is sent to a green dome. So the green domes are here. And one here. So there's 2 there, 1 there. So in terms of the whole map, let's just zoom out. So you see 2 there. Sorry, I got distracted there. Blaylock is going to be, he's banished. And so Team White just thinks the worst place for him to go would probably be furthest away from his native spot there. We're just going to stick him down here. Not a great choice, but there's not a lot of great choices to be had. So before I go on any further, I just actually remembered something, that Christina Karlsdottir has the Hammer's badge. So her power is equal to her honor, and her honor is 5. So when she hit Sheridan, she was doing it with a 5 power, not a 3. So her damage would actually have been 1 greater, because it was. I went back and I looked at the footage, and he has 2 wounds, not just 1. So that's that. So now moving forward, so we're just finishing off the adventuring here. So Milena Arabato down here in the Vortex. So she has an 8 honor versus the 5 honor challenge of the Vortex. So she's just trying to break it. So it is a defender better by, so attacker better by 3. Attacker better by 3 is a success. So she has broken that. So I will put a black thing over here. So that means no healing for the white team. And she is dismissed to a blue dome. So she goes to a blue dome. So the blue domes are, there's 2 up there. And that's it. Yeah, because I think that's a blue dome. Yeah, that's a blue dome there. So she, I think, only has one reasonable choice, and that's to go up to that one up there. there. And Bill Hickok is not adventuring. Agent 911, Christina Carlson, Maria Ulf. Okay, so we've got some Ulfs doing some shenanigans. Well, not some Ulfs. So first off, Ulf number 1 is just going to break into the facility using the thing. So she's going to give up, well, in your prison, we don't have a prison for that. So, yeah, I think the Ulfs are just going for the kills. Not the Ulfs, but the Team Black is going for the kills here. So she's going to pay that card, and she's in. She's broken into the base. And then the next Ulf is going to, one Ulf is up here. She's not doing anything. So the third Ulf is down here. She's going to challenge the vault. She's going to try and break into the vault again. So now Team White has 2 things in the black. So it might be nice to even it out to take away the black team advantage here. But also just taking away all their items is kind of fun too. Yeah, we're going to steal from the vault. Stealing from the vault. So she has a 7 wits. And it is a 5 wits challenge. So attack her better by 2 is a squeak. Now she can increase that by 2 using the wasp. So it gives her +2 in all base challenges. So that's, she got a 4. So a 4 is a pass. Let's see the difference between the two. Well, she's going to use that. No, because there's nobody else to use it. So raiding the enemy vault. So it would have been, it's difference between taking 1 or 2 cards. So there is 3 cards left here. So just shuffle those up. Okay, well, you know what? There's so we'll take the 1 common and then 2 secret. That one. Okay, so there's 1 secret card left. And then this Ulf is dismissed to a blue dome. So she is going to go up here with Melina Arabato. And that's it for adventuring. Where is it? Delgado and Menor. No, neither are doing anything. So that is indeed it for the adventuring. And that is it then for turn 6. As promised, this is a... Actually, sorry, let's quickly see what they got here. So they got a stiletto knife and a phase cube. Oh, moving through walls. Free action usually ignores all terrain, including cavern walls and dome for movement this turn. Okay, and her respect is not high enough to earn a bonus for using the phase cube. She's, of course, smart enough to use it. All right, so interesting. Really neat stuff. And so that's it for turn 6. Team White sort of seems to be in a position to fight back, you know, taking on Bill Hickok here. He's a major threat on the black team. And see what happens with Agent 911. He seems to have bumbled his way into some success there, but will it last? Who knows? Maybe stay tuned for the next exciting episode of Duel of Ages 2 Triad25 campaign. And please remember to hit like and subscribe. And until next time, I'm your host, Craig Thompson Wood, saying thanks for coming to the classroom. So if at any time you see I made any mistakes, please let me know in the comment section below. I am striving to do my best and make as few mistakes as possible, but you know, it can happen from time to time. And if you are enjoying what you're watching, please remember to hit like and subscribe because it really does help the channel. But until next time, I'm your host, Craig Thompson Wood, saying thanks for coming to the classroom.